We are back with Mark Tremonti and Myles Kennedy. They Alter Bridge is their band. This is their album, Fortress.
Congratulations, fourth
Right
album
there.
for you guys, and you're about to go on tour.
Fourth record.
album.
10 years.
Amazing.
10 years.
Who decides where you guys get to start the tour? Because you kick off February 18th, pardon me, in Japan.
Yeah.
Who picks that?
We actually did a tour in Europe at the end of last year. That was Europe's kind of our biggest market. So now we took about a month off, and we're going to Japan, Australia, Singapore, Indonesia.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And what are the crowds like over there? What are the crowds like in Europe for you guys?
Oh, they're great.
Off the hook. Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, see, I've heard with some of the bands who've come through, they say that in Europe, people appreciate the music more. They treat you better. It's a bigger group of people. I don't understand exactly why that is, but it seems like Europe
Makes two of us.
is friendly, is more friendly to music in today's day and age.
Do you guys find
right?
that?
It's just like when you were kids and you had posters on your wall. You have 40-year-old men that do the same thing over there. It's just they haven't grown out of it. You know, everybody loves it. I think people at concerts aren't afraid to get into it and worry about how they appear to their friends. You know, everybody just goes wild the whole time.
They're not as cool. Europeans are not as cool. They don't care about
They're wild. You know,
looking foolish.
You go to Italy, it's like Beatlemania. They'll tear your damn shirt off.
Really?
Crazy. In a good way.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's got to be nice to get a little slice of that, right?
It
Little
does
ego
make you.
boost.
It's a little bit of validation. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The exact opposite is walking around the streets of New York.
Yeah.
Right, I mean, no matter
Get out of
what,
here, you
people-
bum.
It's like people can't be bothered with anything like that.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a little bit about playing with Slash?
Sure. Yeah.
So you might get asked about this quite a bit, but I mean, Slash seems like such a notoriously shy. Like he doesn't do a lot of interviews. I mean, what's his demeanor like now, and what's his feeling? I mean, how is he? And
He's really cool. He's actually a very, very intelligent guy. I mean, he's
I
he's
believe
very
that.
well read. He's always reading books, and he's really funny. But he's very shy, but in a very endearing way. And then when he starts playing the guitar, it's like all of the things that he doesn't say just pour out. It's pretty incredible. But
On
yeah, he's a
his
great
last
guy.
album, there were songs that said featuring Myles Kennedy. But now did you just do another album?
Yeah,
too?
yeah. On the last record, on Apocalyptic Love, I did all the singing, and on this new one that we're in the process of putting together, it'll be the same thing. So
How are you guys going in a different direction with Fortress, or is it just good old Alter Bridge, like standard
a lot of trumpet,
rock? Yeah.
that's the twist. It's a
heavy metal trumpet.
You could go there.
We should.
Yeah.
Why don't we try
Why
that?
not?
Why not?
Jason
Dude,
man?
you can play
collab.
any
We'll get
brass
Jason.
instrument, right? I mean, if you're a trumpeter,
Yeah,
you could
can
do
play the trombone. I
do
did play
tuba.
tuba. But your it's the big mouth. That wasn't a good.
the embouchure.
Never mind.
Yeah, you were going embouchure on us there.
Embouchure. Yeah, but we should try it. Let's do it.
All
Let's
right,
do it.
I'm down.
Feature
Do you
a
play another
tuba
instrument?
solo.
You know what? I play trumpet as well.
You do?
Really?
Yeah.
And we
Boom.
just
John,
we
you and
learned
I.
this.
We're
at
not
the
even
same
on the air
time.
for an hour, and look at what we just put together.
We can
Wow.
harmonize.
I've been playing in a band with you for 10 years, and I did not.
That was my first instrument. Other than the recorder, trumpet was next.
Really?
Wow.
How are you?
I wasn't first seat or whatever you call it. I was probably in fourth grade, so
Oh, so you only did it in elemetary?
I was at the
So in
level
other
where
words,
you
you were
rent
amazing.
the thing.
Yeah.
for
Amazing.
a
Sure.
year at school. Yeah.
Yeah, I rented a saxophone. It was like $9 a month.
Yeah.
a
That's
Yamaha
cheap.
student model.
You could still
Pretty good.
smell the
Yeah?
spit valve from whoever used it from years
Yeah.
before.
Yeah,
Those
said
things
that was
smell
the reed.
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. As long as you weren't using other people's reeds.
Right. Did you play? How long did you
That's
play
not a
sax
reed.
for?
I played sax till I went to college, and then I got
Okay.
to college, and it was like, why doesn't anyone want to hear me play sax? I'm sitting in my dorm room, and everyone's like, shut the F up. So then it was like, well, guitar seems like it's a little bit more palatable by the masses.
Did you have the same issue that a lot of us had, that you would be called a band geek?
Yeah.
Did you get
band,
that?
A band F word.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I didn't have it as much though, because I was in the symphonic winds and
wow.
the jazz band and
Nice.
stuff, but I couldn't be in the marching band because I would be playing football.
Right.
So they didn't give me the same sort of hell.
Right. They gave me that hell because not only was I in the marching band, I was the drum major.
Oh, wow.
So I got recruited by the rest of the kids in the band. They were like, "We want you to be the drum major."
Why
I'm
can't
like,
you play
"Oh,
drums now?"
come on. Not the drum major, the guy that leads
The guy
he's
in-
that leads the band in the
That guy
parade.
with the hat and the outfit.
That really doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's just
that was
leading
me.
everybody.
Dance marching.
Wow.
That's what I did. In
That
fact,
was ballsy, though.
So you were a dancer.
No, I didn't dance. I wasn't in the color guard. I was so I would lead the band, and the problem is that I had long hair, I still have it, had long hair, and initially the parents had a real problem with that. We're like, we're not going to let this rocker hippie kid.
Bad representation.
Exactly.
Of
Did you
our
have the full
children.
sleeve tattoo at the
No,
time?
no. I had no tattoos, but so I said, okay, I'll tell you what, we'll make a deal. This was in the late '80s, and I was like, tell you what, I'll cut the front, but I'll leave the back.
Oh, that sounds
already
like
in
a
the
great
back.
idea.
Yeah.
A
so
voluntary
I
mullet?
one of the first mullets
No.
in it was a full-on deluxe mullet. It was so bad.
Wow,
So anyways,
It's hard to live with that.
it's hard to live with that. I can't
have a
believe I'm
picture of
actually
that?
admitting this. Right
I
now.
have pictures of a mullet on myself.
Do
too.
ya?
I did a voluntary mullet in 2005,
Ooh.
which
Wow.
was really
Wow.
that was
That
was
might come
tough
back
to
in
live with.
style, though.
It wasn't there in 2005. We got to take another break, though. We'll be back with more Mark Tremonti and Myles Kennedy after this. We're back with Mark Tremonti and Myles Kennedy from Alter Bridge. Their album is Fortress. You guys said you're going to go hit the tour for about a month and then come home and then hit another month and back and forth.
That's how we roll.
Yeah. Do you have like families that you have to leave behind, or you just
Yeah.
fly? Yeah, that's got to be rough.
I bring mine with me as much as I can.
Yeah.
You know, my sons have seen more of the world than I did before I was 30.
Well, that's amazing for
yeah.
them.
Got to leave the
Worldly
family, go be a
children.
rock legend over in Southeast Pacific Asia, you know? Rough
Yeah.
life.
Do
Well,
you
actually,
feel like they have? Yeah. Do they have a strange take on the fact that you're kind of like canonized by people? Like people are cheering for you, and
They, I don't
Know
think they
the
quite
words to your
get it yet.
songs.
You know, I think they like to see the shows, but half the time you look back and they'll be playing video games and yeah.
they're unaffected at
Yeah.
this point thus far. They probably know something's up, though. Like
They-
most people's dads don't have thousands of throngs of
They're more interested in the tour
concert-goers cheering
bus.
for them.
They like to jump around the bunks in the tour bus, and
do.
and they like to run up and down aisles of venues.
Oh,
But during the show, they're just kind of numb to it, I guess.
wow.
not that into
Yeah.
it. Can I suggest for you guys while you're on the road, maybe away from your families, maybe with your families, potentially trying out a new hairstyle? The
Yeah.
John Ritchie mullet.
I think
You
that's
want-
a great.
Well,
I love it.
Yeah, we brought that back.
They
up
unearthed
again.
some photos. I would say
Well,
never
Myles was
before
saying-
seen, but
Myles
we can
was
only hope.
saying that he cut the mullet to assuage the parents as the drum major.
That looks
and I
like a
mentioned that I
mugshot.
did that. Yeah, I did the
And
same
a bad
thing.
one.
And it was a social experiment where I felt the wrath of the general public. Like I could hear people whispering. when I would walk by people on the street, I could hear people say mullet.
Really?
And I'd turn around and look at them. They'd turn away. If I would walk into a restaurant and sit down at the same time as another group,
They would get
they
up and
would
move.
always get served first, and I would just be left to my own devices. A lot of people assume things about you when
I
you
think they
wear
were
your
actually
hair like
secretly
that.
saying mullet into the phone, calling some kind of psychiatric ward
Right.
just to warn people
Well, they
that you were
could've.
loose.
Yeah.
Where did you get that? That was as a Supercuts thing?
Yeah,
That's $12 with tip.
It was
Right?
in
Get my
Philly
haircut at
somewhere.
Supercuts.
You do
I
not.
do.
You go to
Well,
Supercuts
that
now.
explains a lot.
Yeah,
You get
I'm
I
just
go to
joking.
Supercuts.
you got
Yeah.
a $10 haircut.
Oh, it looks good.
That's great, man.
You got a great $10 haircut.
I think it's like
Right?
$12. Yeah.
Yeah.
$14.
I thought it was Fantastic Sam's, but it's Supercuts.
Yeah.
Supercuts. Yeah.
Well,
Right,
it is.
right on Sand Lake Road.
Really?
It's tight.
Thanks, buddy.
You got a tight look, man.
Tight.
They do you right.
Congratulations to you guys and kicking off your tour February 18th in Japan. And the fourth
you, thank
album,
you. Thank you very
Fortress,
much.
from
Yeah.
Alter Bridge. Wow, how the time has flown. You guys 10 years together
10
and 4
years.
albums.
Fortress.
Wow, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Much luck. Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
in,
Thanks
guys.
for having us. We
Thank you,
appreciate it.
guys.
Really awesome stuff. I'm glad you guys are doing so well, and I can't wait to steal this and
Yeah.
listen to it.
This is now in the rotation. Thank you
Nice.
very
Yeah.
much for this.
And come on back then. We got Esther Koo on the Artie Lange Show. Check us out.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.